So we
for
see
20
the Fizz
minutes
locked in
straight.
carry out with the Gwen. Is that
What is this
that
team?
Gwen mid?
Gwen top, maybe? Like, what? Gwen mid? No. I think it is Gwen mid. And
Oh
looks
my!
like a Moo jungle Zac support. Oh my goodness,
Wait,
that
is it
team
actually
gone.
the? Oh,
So we've got, on one side, we've got full AP bot side with a top, with a full tank top. So
it's a full
purely
AP
AD
side with Darius as the
Darius
AD
jungle.
threat.
And then we've got basically 2 junglers, 2 top laners, and an ADC on the other. You know what? I've no clue about these team comps. This is just gonna be one of those games where every single fight is just gonna be proper unga bunga. Just yeah.
Oh, I love every single time I say one of these cringe things. I just get the production making December sounds.
Tut, tut. Right.
As we get
Yeah. Game starts. Are we going to see an invade? It looks like we might indeed. From BSU, see an invade straight down the mid section, and they're not going to be seen.
As we're not seeing a proper 5-point here. They do have the ward, so
A ghost was.
Wait, the ghost?
Propped. Ghost was. Oh no!
Darius is running in really fast. They've been spotted out.
The ghost to lane hasn't been a thing. I don't think he's even posting league content anymore. What's happening there?
What was the ghost?
Oh no! I think that was surely it must have been a mistake, just a misclick.
It's fine. It'll be back up by the time he ganks at 3 minutes. They've even noticed it on the enemy team as well. Oh no!
Dear. You know
Sometimes
what?
it happens.
It's all
this
right.
Is what,
even master players can misclick.
See, if you had your ghost on D like a normal player, he wouldn't have popped it by accident there, because you cannot pop smite by accident.
Yeah, there we go. Bubbles
yeah, as we
having a lot in the top lane, so we're going to see both junglers starting top.
Yeah, just a pretty standard start in this bot lane focused meta, which didn't happen last game, but
good trade there by both mid laners actually. I think Jaina Brown will just manage to get the last little snip to make it relatively. And we're going to see, I think, really we shouldn't see much action top or mid, I think, apart from maybe the Gwen trying to abuse the little Fizz early. Although both are going in for trades again and again.
So it is interesting to note that this is corrupting Pot Fizz. He has already burned through 2 of those potions, so honestly, right now, Jaina Proudmoore sitting still pretty with 1 HP potion is honestly ahead in lane right now in terms of raw resources. Yeah, we do see both junglers just full clearing top to bot, so they will probably end up meeting at Scuttle unless one tries to look for some sort of gank here, which, if you're on the side of Elite Four right now, you're very pushed up, and Darius, I was about to say he does have the go fast button, but I'm lying if I say that. Which that actually means they can play further up ahead because of that mishap, since that won't be up until Scuttle spawns.
Yeah.
So
Another really good trade by Luke Caruana. The ignite goes down? I think he might. He doesn't quite. The flash was too late to avoid the bulk of that snip damage, and Jaina Proudmoore, the ignite comes down as well from him and gets the first blood. This Fizz is going to really Gwen having that advantage is going to be brutal. Bubbles, I am Bubbles, sorry. Coming, I don't know who got it, but Darius is going to be in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, it was. The Scuttle was taken by the Tantrum there, and yeah, with no way out because the Ghost is only just coming back up now, just completely caught out by himself and killed with only the Ignite being burnt there for the side of Elite Four, which, when your bot lane is that pushed up, and you don't have a smite, can you really go for the scuttle there?
Yeah. Need to be so much more careful as we see Blazicus coming in with the elastic slingshot. Not really able to capitalize on, and a big Swainy as well.
So, ooh, we do see the gank potentially happening top lane here. The Ghost is coming out.
Yeah, it is back up, but it doesn't matter because Garen also has Go Fast. There we go.
Out of curiosity, can we get a check at the bot lanes? I want to see if they're both running MR.
Let's see. Oh.
Oh, true. Oh, they both have armor. Why? Oh, come on, man. But yeah, we do see a freeze being set up top lane here, which is again leaving him exposed for another gank. Doesn't look like Heavy Armor wants to take the gank though.
Luke Carolina is getting some good trades, but the problem is Gwen can heal back up relatively nicely, actually. We're going to see Garen almost certainly back here. Huge wave for Red Mark to pick up. So, 2 kills up. Yeah, they're feeling relatively confident. What, 1.3? 1.2, 1.3 ahead. Elite feeling quite happy.
So it's a very good gold lead for this point in the game, which, yeah, not bad at all. But we are seeing, like, I feel like scaling-wise, it does end up favouring Elite Four here, but we do see the gank here lying in wait, as this lane will slowly push into them.
Yeah.
It's just a case of not revealing the ruse too early. We do see Blazicus trying to get the grab on them there, but unfortunately he doesn't auto in time, ends up doing nothing, and it does end up just being a waste of time. Of which doesn't really matter too much, as the Gromp is the only thing up here, but on the other side we do see Fancy looking to do the exact same thing with the bush camp. As they do end up getting that full shove out, the ward will be placed preemptively in that bush. Probably just to make sure Nympho Brainiac can't abuse it, but it will end up spotting out Fancy here, so the ruse has been found.
I want to say a decent CS lead at the moment for the Seraphine for Nympho Brainiac at the moment. I mean, I know that they are going to take get some of that back, but
yeah, it looks like they're using this shove to convert that into a dragon, which they're going to be able to respond for, since Ares is top lane right now, clearing his red buff.
Yeah. Good little bit of macro there.
Actually, it looks like they've left it.
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm guessing... Oh, yeah, I see. Fancy doesn't have the smite up, so I'm guessing they were worried that since Ares isn't currently seen on the map, he could have been around, so rather not take the heat.
And Berserker's Greaves on the Garen as the first item. I quite like that. I mean, you're already maxing E anyway. Get a lot of damage just from the extra procs, as it obviously scales with the attack speed.
Well, we could see Rift going down here, although we're going to look at the fight mid lane instead.
Yeah,
we do see Call the Forge God.
Yeah, and this could be a very dead Dabis. He does go down. Elastic Slingshot doesn't quite land, and we're going to see Eyeblow Bubbles taking a big chunk of damage. Has to heal, I think, just to try and escape the claw of Swain.
So we do also end up seeing the exhaust there, burned by Nympho Brainiac, just to ensure that when the Triss jumped in, she was not going to be able to get anything there, but yeah, it's still going to be flashes all around for everyone. I have actually just noticed that this is a Swain with Ghost.
I quite like that. I think that's quite a nice one. Nympho Brainiac has to be really careful. He was in turret range. Doesn't quite go down. Hawksbill does have the ult. I think it just ticked over. Blazicus is going to go down. I think Hawksbill does manage to get one while he goes down himself. The Encore is shut down. I don't think it was really needed. Elastic Slingshot, he's going to try, but there's no one there. A 1-for-1, and probably probably favors, I think, would that favor Elite Four? No, probably BSU with where the waves are.
It is interesting to note that we do see Seraphine here actually building. It's going to either be the Shurelias or the Moonstone Renewer. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
As opposed to building. I was going to say, you don't really need much more damage in this comp.
I mean, I could. So you've got Leandri's going, being built by Swain. Got a lot of AP damage anyway. As we do see a bit of fight breaking out, a big Amumu ult, and I think that'll be enough to get 1, if not 2. So that's a big swing there, a dragon and 2 kills for the Elite Four.
Say that bandage toss just put him in the perfect position for an absolutely beautiful Curse of the Sad Mummy right there.
Yeah,
catches out 2 people, and there's not really much they can do against it. Just they got to the dragon too late, and then they were all completely split up.
Oh, a big claw there, and Ibo Bubbles is going to go down. That is a shutdown. I don't quite know what happened top lane. I thought Ornn was pretty healthy, but he goes down there. Must have got.
I'm assuming. Yeah, he must have caught tower aggro in some way. Maybe tried to dive and missed something, but
yeah. I mean, obviously, Judgment was used as well. Probably took a huge chunk. There we go. Suddenly a lot of action happening across the map. Definitely still probably overall in favour of Elite Four, but we see the Rift Herald, which was taken at some point, admittedly. We missed that, apologies. Heavy armour, thanks. He's going to get, I think that was that 2 platings? Taken from the Herald as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a total of 2 plates, almost the 3rd there, but not quite going to get it.
So, just after 11 minutes through, first dragon taken as well. We've got 3 kills to 6. Still not that much difference in gold though, actually, only 1k lead at the moment. I think
that Rift Herald has equalised it a little bit, but we are going to see Riftmark being caught out of position here. Still no flash to escape. This should be a free kill. The first time bandage top completely misses, but that's still not going to change anything. He's just wandering around looking a bit lost. The second bandage toss picks up the kill.
Really nice roam there. Really nice roam. And he had seen that bot lane really wasn't going to be doing too much. As we see Hawksbill going... oh, sorry, I forget that Amumu is the jungler, because I see the Zac. Apologies. Oh, God. But yeah. We are going to see Jaina Proudmoore look to gank bot lane as well. And a really nice elastic slingshot is going to be enough for Tristana to take down there. And I don't think we're going to see anything more. Maybe Hawkbill goes down. I'm not quite sure. I think he just survives. Luke Caruana in a huge amount of trouble, but manages to E out and just survives the judgment. Just survives. So that was, what, 2 more kills unanswered for Elite Four?
Same, while at the same time, both the junglers were duking it out in the mid lane. We saw the Decimate being committed, but Ares manages to flash out and barely survives there as well. But, yeah, I don't think I've seen Blazekiss land, like, he's not been playing badly, but I don't think I've seen him land an elastic slingshot yet, I will be honest.
He has landed one big one, but the thing is though, even if he doesn't necessarily land the slingshot there, just by he's able to get the slow and get the
yeah, so like that's what I mean. Like
Q,
it didn't
what's the
land.
Q called?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. The bloody punch and pull.
Yeah.
Like again, he hasn't landed the elastic skill shots, but he's still been able to put people into the correct position for his teammates to capitalize on it.
Yeah, and when you've got a Tristana as well to follow up, it's really good to have that a champion like Zac who just ping pong people about. So as we come up to the 14-minute mark, so we're going to see the turret platings fall off. There haven't been too many turret platings that have actually gone down, apart from in the bot lane, it looks. 4 in the bot lane, while just 1 one apiece for the mid and bot of PSU.
So we do see Fanks here looking again for the bush gank. Hasn't been spotted out yet, but with how far back Elite 4 are playing, it does feel like they know something. Saying that, they are walking forwards. So they do have the Encore available to potentially catch them out, but they're just going to look to try and capitalize on this dragon coming up instead.
Yeah, I think sensible decision. It's a really difficult dive there, really, when you've got a Zac, as well as a Tristana, who, if you don't land the CC on the Tristana, can get out very, very easily. As we see Gwen coming in, Gwen is immune is going to be really annoying for this team. The ult already used, though. Ghost by the Darius was used, yep. As we see the dragon being started up by Elite 4. They've got the position here. The Ornn is not in this fight with no TP, so it's just going to go. And second dragon, pretty easily taken.
So really good of Dabis to just understand that at this point in the game, the top tier doesn't really matter. Ornn can't really pose that much of a threat to it anyways. Just walk down, ensure that his team wins the 4v5, and might potentially get back to top lane to save it, but it doesn't really matter, because it's still Ornn who wants to sit in lane for a bit longer anyway.
But also, just to note, the Zac passive has just come back up as well, so make diving that even more difficult. And Riftmark is putting himself into a slightly awkward position here. We see Amuma coming as well. Bubbles does land, and that judgment comes down, and this time it secures the kill.
So in the meantime, Fanksy was able to take the Rift held there, so it wasn't without failure. Also, the top lane tower did actually die to minions there, which will be first tower.
Yeah, minions OP. As Jaina Proudmoore, I don't think he can quite get over there. No, not quite. Elastic Slingshot, again, it's just slightly short, unfortunately. And Eyeblow Bubbles taking a decent chunk of damage from that Seraphine combo.
So it looks like the mid tower will end up falling here as a result of him going for that bot lane roam. Yeah. Which, yeah, the map is now looking a lot more open for the side of BSU now.
Yeah, I refuse to call them Brainsword Unsheathed or whatever that actual is. Well, yeah, the gold lead has definitely been shrunk there. I mean, at one point I think it was up to about just over 2 and a bit. It's now kind of 1.5 again, so despite the little bit of bleeding, particularly towards the top side of the map, it's not too bad. It's still relatively evenly poised.
One thing interesting to see here is we do see Dabis opting for the Triforce instead of the Stride Breaker, which is the normal for Garen.
I don't mind it. If you're already ahead, it just gives you a few more damage stats that can help, and also it does make pushing, eventually towards the late game, your split push potential really quite strong with that Triforce Sheen passive.
Yeah, we do see the 4-man bot lane here, but again, they've been really good at avoiding these bush ganks. They are just gonna have to give the tower here. Look, we might see the fish come out. Yep, just completely forced off. They know to leave very early, make sure they're not going to get caught out. And then that is all the tier 1's gone.
We are going to see a return though. I'm pretty sure this mid turret is going to go down. I mean, a really actually quite well placed ult to try and get as much of that down, but Luke Caruana are going to have to flash out and probably is dead there. Yeah, Dabis on a killing spree with this Triforce Garen. Iron Bubbles in a lot of trouble, but flashes away from the corner of the Forge God. A little bit of BM, he may be dead here, but you know what? I respect that so highly. The Encore to the side there actually missed as well. It didn't hit anyone, unfortunately. So, relatively large cooldown at the moment, and that's not going to be available.
Say, while the Flash did briefly extend his life, it just, yeah, Darius presses Ghost, Darius kills you.
But you know what? That is Giga Chad energy right there. So, absolute respect.
worth it just to dodge the Call of the Forge God, just to make the Yawn player look like they're griefing. That's what we love to see. But one thing of note here is we've only just seen the first anti-heal item being picked up here for the side of Elite Four in the face of Redemption, Seraphine plus Swain plus Darius Q. Yeah. And also the Radiant Virtue built for the Orn. Which I would really like to see someone else build another anti-heal item. Probably Tristana here. As yeah, okay, she just literally picked one up as I was saying it. That's what we like to see.
Yeah. I mean, you're against a team that really, apart from the Darius, they're not going to be auto-attacking much at all, so there's not much point in any of the tanks picking up essential oils. So yeah, I think it's very much sensible that the Tristana is the one who sacrifices the 800 gold, whatever it is, now.
So we do see a third dragon here coming up, and none of BSU are in position here to even remotely contest it, so it looks like this is just going to go down for free. We're going to see Fancy trying to get in. He's
Luke Caruana goes in, but he doesn't quite steal it, and he is down already at the start of the fight. Big Encore hits 3, and we've got the Swain as well, still in the fight at the moment, just about staying alive. Eyebrow Bubbles slays the Seraphine as well now. But Swain is still alive, actually relatively healthy. Oh, no, not anymore. That's a 5 for 0.
5 for 0, free Baron. The only kill they got, just completely nullified by the Cell Division, and that's just brutal, because this game that was looking close has just been completely blown out of the water.
Yep.
And again, I feel like, while some of these fights that they had earlier looked a bit closer, but those anti-heal items just completely cull the effectiveness of the Seraphine W, the Redemption, the Swain ult, Darius.
Production, can we get just a very quick look from that one fight? How much did the Xyz do on the Garen and Tristana? If we can have a look. The Executioners, the anti-heal item, Garen and Tristana. So it's probably on the Tristana, I would have thought. Yeah, 900 healing, and that was picked up specifically for that fight. So that was 900 healing in that single fight.
Which, yeah, for some of these champions on the enemy team, that's half a health bar just of healing completely removed. That's, again, as I said, building those anti-heal items, like we even see another one picked up by the Bramble here for Amumu, which I don't really agree with, because again, none of these champions are going to really be auto-attacking you, as they can quite easily avoid it, bar the Darius. Whereas in this position, you just get more value out of building the Oblivion Orb, since Amumu is really good at just outputting magic damage regardless. So we are going to see just the 4-man dive here onto Refmark, and
oh, poor Refmark. This is an unfortunate one. Elastic Slingshot hits, and yeah, it's very, very quickly all over. The Chum the Waters does come out, but it's against a Garen. You're dealing no damage to that at the moment.
I mean once Darius stacks up, he's just going to get dunked.
There you go. 1 kill in return there, but that is 2 turrets in the top lane. Outer and inner, we're going to see the Nexus turret. Well, they've got the Baron enhanced minions.
Yeah, they're just going to lose their entire top side of the base here for managing to get a kill. We do see the Encore coming out.
But then again, Gwen is immune. Gwen is immune, and we're going to see 1 taken down already. Eyeblow Bubbles already on 1. Nifferbraniac is going to fall, so that's a 3 for 1 effectively. And I don't think
that should just be game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they can. Riftmark can try and do something. Doesn't Forge God? I don't think so. Well, oh no, he does. Sorry, it's just come up. He's going to be able to land it on 1. I mean, Amumu is very, very, very low. We do see Chum the Waters, but it just misses. Iron Bubbles running around, distracting so that everyone else can get out. The shutdown does come up. It's not a huge shutdown.
They do manage to barely stave off the base there, but again, they traded 1 kill top for 1 kill bot, but then they lost all of their top side and one of their base towers, which it's just completely brutal. We're seeing this gold lead, which was remaining about 1,000 ahead of in Elite Four's favour. It's now ballooned up to 7,000. And yeah, as of right now, they are just sorely lacking damage as the Darius, which really needs to get ahead, hasn't found much this game. We see like one of their farming carries in the Seraphines building support items, so that's lots of damage here. Like the only real damage they have is Fizz Burst and Swain's Leandries.
Yeah. But I mean, if you have a look through Amumu Merc Treads, Gwen Merc Treads, Zac Merc Treads, the amount of MR like already coming out, and Zac is basically pure MR at the moment now, despite the initial armor runes at the start of the game for no apparent reason, which we're going to bring up again.
Criminal action. Both players running armor in the bot lane when you know it's a double AP, but you know it worked out for them. They were just trying to avoid minion damage. It's that simple.
Yeah. They're just preparing for the gank super early. As we see, Iron Bubble's big 3-man ultimate, and that's going to be the Swain goes down and the Seraphine. The bot lane are not having fun at all. That's the TP from Riftmark, but it's just too late. And I mean, easy 2 kills sets up for the final dragon, which is up at the moment. So this is going to be Soul.
Yeah, and they can't even get close to contesting it because the super minions are hammering on their base right now. And yeah, bar like the Rift Heralds taken for the side of
BSU.
I mean, what they've traded 2 Rift Heralds for 4 dragons, which it's just not worked out. Again, that if on that first dragon, which they had started hitting, if they hadn't have ran away out of the fear that Imumu could potentially come and steal it, this game would be looking slightly better for them. But yeah, when you're staring down 21 kills versus your own 6, you are trying to find what is actually your win con there, and how do you achieve it before they completely open your base.
Yeah, and the difficulty now with the Cloud Soul being picked up is just how mobile this Elite Four team are. You've got a Garen who's got a huge amount of base movement speed anyway, and Luke Caruana, who's already, his troll pole is just dead. He like jumped over the wall with his E and had nothing left. Just had nothing left. And now he's gone. We're going to see everyone jumping straight onto Riftmark. He goes down. Call of the Forge Guard can't even be fully activated. Big encore, but it's not going to be enough. Nympho Brainiac is going to go down as well. Swain is the only one alive. He might be able to pick up one. He does have the Zhonya's. I think he does pick up one potentially, but that is going to be game. He gets a big shutdown, but that is all it's going to be. As we see the inhib being taken, they've got a minion wave. There's only 1 turret left, and really quite a clinical game in the end by the Elite Four, all 5 of them.
So all it took was that one dragon fight that just went as absolute disaster, and the game completely just out of their control. And